Welcome. It's your boy Aaron from the Animation Creation channel. I just wanted to stop by real quick and have a quick first impressions on a couple of the new summer 2019 release animes. The ones that I want to talk about are the ones that usually got the most hype for this summer, which was Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga, Fire Force, and Doctor Stone. To start off, obviously, Demon Slayer's been out for a while now. They're on like episode 15, 16, obviously still ongoing every week. Whereas Doctor Stone, Vinland Saga, and Fire Force that just came out, they're only like on week 2 and 3. But because the hype for that show was so revolved and connected with the other 3 shows, I wanted to wait for all 4 shows to come out before we started talking about it. To start right off the back, I'm gonna go right into Demon Slayer because it has the most. Actually, before I even get into that, I'm gonna say when it comes to Demon Slayer is probably the only show I'm hooked on, and I only say that because I feel like a show has to be 5 episodes in for you to say I'm hooked. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to every rule and everything. Shows like Tokyo Ghoul had me hooked on the first episode. I didn't need to, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I saw that episode, I already knew I was finishing the season. And there's shows like Hitman Reborn, where it took me 25 episodes for me to be like, oh, this is actually a good show. And of course, there's exceptions like Netflix series where one episode is an hour long and you only have 8 episodes, 10 episodes in a season, you know what I'm saying? There's obviously differentiation. But majority of the time, it takes like 5 episodes for me to get hooked onto a show, because the first episode is usually a pilot episode just to let you know this is what the show is going to be about. And usually the rest of the series will derail completely from the first episode. Not derail as in like the story doesn't follow, but derail as in where a character could be dumb or dumb in the first episode and then be smart the whole rest of the series, or a character could be smart in the first episode and then be dumb the whole rest of the series, just because of how the character develops over the series is not what the creator or writer really predicted when they first showed out. So that's what I'm saying. The first episode lets you know, okay, this is interesting, this is what the story's about. The second episode for you to be like, okay, these are the characters that I'm going to be dealing with. The third, fourth, fifth episode to let you know if the thread is real, if the plot is good, if the characters are funny and likable. And then eventually get to the point where do you want to ride with these characters throughout the whole entire season and eventually the whole entire series. I say season and series, 2 different things, because there's multiple shows where the first season is fire and then season 2 and 3 just fall off. Or vice versa. Season 1 is whatever and then season 2 and season 3 are just hits. Stuff like that. So the only show that I will say that I'm actually hooked on is Demon Slayer. And again, like I said, it took me probably about 4 or 5 episodes for me to be like, all right, yeah, this is the show. Like episode 1, solid. I like the character, like the story, even the story is simple. Very simple. Demon Slayer, the main character, Tanjiro, is a very hard, the oldest son of a family, I want to say of like 4 or 5. Mother, no father, obviously, because he's an anime main character. And he's the eldest son, so he goes and does like the majority of the farm work. He was raised on a mountain, so he does a lot of farm work. So he has to go down to the town and handle like he has to sell stuff to get goods and trades for his family. And on the way back, it's in the middle of the night, and demons are a known thing already. Luckily for us, like whereas some shows where like you don't know demons exist, demons are already known. Like they know like, hey, at dark demons come out, so make sure you're in the house at this certain time. So when it gets to night, it takes him too long. It took him too long to go up the mountain, so he was like, he'll stop right here at this neighbor's house, and he sleeps that night. So the next day he goes back up, and his family is killed. Turns out the whole family was murdered by demons except for his sister. Where it comes down to, if you're bitten by a demon or scratched by a demon, whatever, you turn into a demon. So his sister is now a demon, and a demon slayer comes to hunt his sister. And he's battling between him and his sister, and him protecting his sister from the demon slayer. Little this happen, little that happen, because I don't want to give you the majority of the episode, or as much as the story itself. If you haven't seen it, you're just listening to this to be like, should I check out the show? To definitely check out. Little this happen, little that happen. The demon slayer is intrigued by Tanjiro and his sister, and he invites them to join the Demon Slayer Corporation. So simple as that. The main character is a demon, is a human with potential, and a sister that's a demon. So so you don't have to expect him to turn into the demon in the series like you would like Attack on Titan, Vampire Knight, stuff like that, where the character is like turns into the thing that they're fighting. Since they already have a character that's a demon, you don't have to worry about that. So you have best of both worlds already. You have the human and the demon already. And the show is hilarious, great action, great artwork. I'm not a person that really like cares about artwork when it comes down to it, but if it's good artwork, I'm definitely going to promote it and give you props. Like it looks beautiful. The artwork is beautiful. Characters are hilarious. Characters likable. The stories, like I said, very easy to follow, and eventually you obviously start falling for the characters, loving the characters, stuff like that. Fights are lit right now. I love the villains that we're fighting against, and the only thing that the big flaw on this thing is I don't know. How do I want to put this? I don't know where it's going to go, and it seems like there's no it seems like I can compare it to like an Inuyasha thing, where like he hits a new village, and that each village is a new story. You feel me? Whereas in such a show such as One Piece, when you hit a new island, it's a new arc. You understand what I'm saying? You have a new villain. All right, this arc I'm fighting Big Mom. This arc I'm fighting Kaido. This arc I'm fighting Doflamingo. This arc I'm fighting Aokiji. You're saying stuff like that. Like each arc you have a big bad, right? So even though you know, like, okay, like the goal was to become the Pirate King, right? Or for Tanjiro, the goal was to get his sister back to a human. You have these main big fights on the way there that you can worry about, like, ooh, how you gonna fight Big Mom? Ooh, how you gonna fight Doflamingo? Ooh, how you gonna fight Kaido? Whereas you don't really get that in this one. You walk up and you're like, oh, that's another demon. You have to fight him. You have to fight that demon because that demon's in the way. You know who the main big bad is, but that's it. You only have one main big bad. So there's no really mini bosses that you feel are threats compared to the main threat, which is, I didn't know what's a big deal for me until I started watching this show. Or obviously developing and watching other shows. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's a great show. Hilarious, fun. Check out. It's probably like out of all the shows, obviously it's already 15, 16 episodes in, so I'm invested into it more, but it's my favorite out of the 4 so far. Next, let's go with Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone, I probably have the most hype out of all 4 shows, and I can tell you right off tops, I enjoy it. Now, it's not an action show, so don't come in, especially compared to the other 3 shows in here. All 3 other shows on this list, Vinland Saga, Fire Force, Demon Slayer, are definitely action-based. You're fighting against a specific enemy, a big bad, and you're trying to defeat them with your powers. Simple as that, or no powers at Vinland Saga. But this one is definitely all educational. When it comes down to it, the whole world has been turned into stone, and the main character, who, in a term, if somewhat like Shaman King, if you remember Shaman King, Yo wasn't technically the narrator. He was the main character, but he wasn't the narrator, right? It was the little one, I forgot his name, big little, you know what I'm saying, chubby dude, who was always following Yo, like, oh, Yo really did this again. Oh my God, he's out here Shaman King in it, right? You feel me? That's how it kind of is in Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone's characters' names are so difficult that I don't really understand it. I don't really remember them, so I'm gonna name them by how they're based in the show. Dr. Stone would be the brains dude, so it would be the main dude that we all see on the cover and stuff like that, who has the stone, he has the chemical glass. You have the Brawn dude, which is actually the narrator, the brute force dude, which is the narrator, who basically, he's there just to be the muscle, like, all right, you need to pull this, let me carry this. You need me to move that, all right, move that. You need me to stomp these grapes to make wine, all right, I'll do that. Whereas Dr. Stone, which is honestly not even his name, he's not even known by Dr. Stone, but Dr. Stone is the brains, obviously, and he comes up with like, oh, this is what the plan is. We're back in the Stone Age. We have to forward progress all the way to the technology, and basically he calls themselves the Adam and Eve of the new world, and it's really cool because you get this Edward Elric vibe, whereas not as in like, oh man, he's determined to get their bodies back, or he's determined to get the Stone Age over with. You can tell by the intelligence and the confidence in this man that he's confident in his intelligence, and that no matter what happens, nothing's gonna stop him. You understand? Whereas, but it might be different is because I've seen in the second episode, when we get to the second episode, you meet a new character who's all muscle, right? He's all muscle. He's the fighter. He's gonna be the fighter. He's gonna be the enforcer and all that type of stuff. Like basically, you know what I'm saying? How the other dude is more the work ethic dude. Like, oh, I'm gonna get all the work done. I'm gonna get all the grapes, the fruits. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, and I'll collect all of it in a minute. This dude's an enforcer. Like, hey, we need security. I need you to secure this man. You realize in one scene, something happens. A character dies, and Dr. Stone doesn't have really like remorse. He's not really like, oh man, you killed that character, or oh man, that character died. He's just more like, all right, scientifically, you can't do this and do that because that doesn't work out like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's more of a scientific based than an emotional based. Whereas Edward Elric, you can tell a lot of his stuff was like a right and wrong type of thing. He stopped you. Was like, hey man, that's not right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tucker. We always gonna go back to Tucker. I'm sorry because that's just the worst anime dad ever. Tucker, what he did to his daughter. You know what I'm saying? You get there and you can tell like Ed is like losing it. Like, all right, I'm not gonna let you're not about to just do something this outrageous. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Dr. Stone, even again, like that's not his name, he would be more. It feels only in 2 episodes. Like I said, I'm not sure. We'll see when he gets later into the series. In 2 episodes, it feels like he'd be like, "Oh, so how did you come up with this scenario? You feel me? Like, how did you combine this and this to make that happen?" So, very on the intellectual level, if you like, and intellectual characters like Luge, Edward Elric, Light, L. I could keep going, but I'm gonna stop because I want y'all to get mad at me in the comments. Oh man, how you leave off Shikamaru, man? Like I want y'all to drop in the comments to tell me all y'all favorite strategists and geniuses. So, Dr. Stone, great. Next, I'm gonna go with Fire Force. Fire Force, I'd say is all out the back. Probably my least favorite on the list right now, but at the same time, because I want to make sure like this is clear. Probably my least favorite on the list right now, but at the same time, probably my second most enjoyable behind Demon Slayer. Now, Aaron, what do you mean by that? Like, how can it be so low but the most enjoyable? I go to it by which one do I click first? Like, if I'm going down on a weekend, right? You're on a weekend, you're like, all right, I got a list of animes to watch. Which ones are you gonna watch? And you watch from your favorite to the bottom. I'll go Demon Slayer first. Like I have to watch that. Like if anything, like you know what I'm saying. You watch it in the order as if something was going to happen during the day. What show must you watch before you get interrupted? You feel me? Like say you woke up and was like, all right, I gotta watch this show before breakfast happens, or an accident happens, or my mom needs me to take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know, like, cause if you get too busy during the day, you can go to sleep. You go to bed like, at least I watched Demon Slayer. You understand? So if I said that, my order would be like, all right, I have to watch Demon Slayer first. Then it'd probably be Dr. Stone. And then probably Fire Force, and then Vinland Saga. So I guess Fire Force would be third on the list. But I can honestly tell you, it's the one I can say I enjoy the most when it comes to comedy, when it comes to story, other than Demon Slayer. I'm gonna make sure I make this caveat. Everything I say is compared to the other 2 shows. Demon Slayer is on a different tier because I'm so invested into it already. I already like, you know what I'm saying? Already invested into the characters, already invested into the moves, already invested into the storyline. So everything I say, like if I say Fire Force is at a different level of enjoyability, it's still under Demon Slayer, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like out of the 3 that just came out, it's very enjoyable. I call it a combination of both Blood Lad, and what's the other one I said? I said Blood Lad and Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist in the fact that obviously you have the fire element when it comes to Blue Exorcist, but it feels like it has that same comical feel as Blood Lad, as well as the artwork. The main character actually reminds me of Blood Lad. If you turn this main character into, I think, Blood Lad, was the main character Blood Lad a vampire or a zombie? I can't remember. I gotta go back and watch that show. It was so funny. He actually kind of resembles this character. And ironically about this new show is that it's gonna battle is the main character wants to be a hero. So shout out to My Hero Academia because you got a challenger, a new challenger has arrived, and basically humans are dying from multiple things. Famine, disease, stuff like that. But the thing that's really killing all of them is they're having spontaneous combustions and they're turning into fire demons. And it's up to the Fire Force to douse or kill or put to rest these demons. And the main characters are hilarious. You have comical relief between the main character, his side character. Side character is funny. I feel as if this probably has the highest potential, again, other than Demon Slayer, to be ever ongoing. Whereas, as you can see, like some shows will be like season based, right? Like you have shows that be like, all right, season, like even Attack on Titan, you have season 1, season 2, season 3 continued, right? You break it up in seasons. Whereas you have shows like One Piece, Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins that are ongoing, which is ironic because Seven Deadly Sins just stopped for a new season, right? Versus Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer might be a seasonal. I haven't checked it out, but I could see this just be ongoing. Like, all right, every episode, like he's going to a new arc. Every episode he's going to a new village. Every episode he's finding a new demon. You feel me? I can see that the same thing with Demon in Fire Force. Whereas every episode he's going into a new arc. Every episode he's going into a new. He's finding a new inferno. Oh, this inferno is being created. This stuff like that, and it's very unique because I like this character because for one, he's not your normal character. He has this weird quirk where he smiles when he's uncomfortable. So you see his sharp teeth smiling the majority of the time. His nickname is the Devil. So even though he's trying to be a hero, he's battling his nickname, the Devil. But like I said, like you have comical reliefs, whereas like this dude, he's a rookie into the Fire Force. His competitor rookie, and we're gonna keep. Ever since Naruto and Sasuke, even though you have Goku and Vegeta, we're always gonna call people the Sasuke. So the Sasuke of this show would be, forgot his name already. This blonde-haired dude who considers himself a knight, and apparently they have like this little battle in an academy where like since he's known as the Devil, he was like he couldn't be known as a knight. He was like, because apparently knights are weaker than devils, so now he calls himself the Night King. It's just this whole play on thing. Bloodline has so much like comical relief outside of the actual story, whereas and then when it gets to the story, it can get real serious. You can tell like from the first 2 episodes, it feels like it's really easing you into the story, into basing the characters. And for some reason, it feels like it could go 2 ways. It could either go sharp right and just be a very happy, enjoying, like fun, nice little show, and go completely left and go extremely dark, extremely like badass, like extreme fighting. Like it could do one or two. That's what I'm saying. Like it has whereas that's why I say like when it comes to like the stature of which one I'm watching, it has probably the highest potential of getting up to Demon Slayer level. Then you have Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is a different type of anime because whereas Dr. Stone, Demon Slayer, and Fire Force are more fantasy, this one in itself feels like it's based inside the real world because it's based around Ireland, Norway, and stuff like that, and based around Vikings and stuff like that. And even the main character's name is Thor, and his son's name is Thorfinn. But anyways, basically when it comes down to Vinland Saga is its own little paradise where all the warriors of the island that they're on, the main character's island, is like striving to get to. Like, oh, if I ever ran away from home, I would go to Vinland Saga. If I ever died, I would die and be born in Vinland Saga, stuff like that. And it's barely Viking, older and tale like that. Like, it's very interesting because the main character is a younger blonde-haired boy, but right now the story is based around his father, who was the captain of I'm not even going to try to get their names. I'm just calling them Vikings. The captain of the Vikings, and he left the middle of war and deserted them and fled and came here and actually had kids and stuff like that and tried to live a normal life. You know, it is what it is. And at this normal life, all the people in the village is always like dreaming of war. Like, oh man, if I was in war, I'd be like this, I'd be like this, I'd be like this. Well, guess what? War comes to the front door. And now they're all excited, like, yeah, we're going to war, going to war, going to war. And the dad is like, y'all don't even know what war really like. And it's just lit because like his son is like, because his dad is a legend, so his son is like, oh man, like I always want to live up to my dad's like level because he's such a legend and stuff like that. I want to fight. I want to become a soldier. I want to become like that. But he's too young, right? And you could definitely see because if you watch the intro, I don't really watch the intro theme, so I had to watch this one just to get like a little feel of the show because it's kind of confusing. Whereas the first, like with the other 3 shows, Demon Slayer, he's trying to get his sister to become human. Fire Force, he's trying to become a hero. Dr. Stone, I'm trying to bring all the people out of the stone. Vinland Saga didn't really have a cut to the point story, like goal. Like, what is your goal? I want to be the Pirate King. I want to be the Hokage. It didn't really have a goal. It was just there. Like, oh, we just live here. You know what I'm saying? The goal, like I said, they talk about Vinland Saga, but no one was ever like, oh, I'm gonna go to Vinland Saga one day. That's never been like someone's There's never been like someone's like motto. You feel me? Like you understand what I'm trying to say? So like it's kind of like I was kind of like after the first episode I enjoyed it right off the back. That's the thing about it. Like right off the back I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I like the main characters. I like the characters. I like the artwork. Like I said, I like what's happening, but I don't really see what the goal is. So the second episode when they actually start like pressing like, hey man, we're trying to go to war. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to war. But I'm at the same time like, is that the goal? The goal is war? Like what's the point? And you could tell through the opening theme like there's gonna be a time skip. There's gonna be a time skip, and something's gonna happen. My hypothesis is someone's gonna kill the main character's father, because the main character's father are the two like the main character's father is too of a savage, and the main character is the main character. I feel like something's gonna happen to the mom and the sister. Something's gonna happen to the mom and the sister, because the son, which is the main character, already is having like this don't give a F mentality where he's like, yo, I don't care about friends and stuff like that. I just want to be a soldier. I just want to be a warrior. I just want to be a hero like my dad. Or not a hero, but I want to be like a legend like my dad. And you can tell in his from the look how he shows in the opening theme that don't give a F attitude. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a, you know what I'm saying? You know how them people, like them days you be like, yeah, I don't give it. Then you realize, oh, I have another level of not giving up. That's what it seems like he's going to get to. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. I just feel like probably something like I said, like everybody in the village, when they found out they were going to war, they were glorious, happy. And I think that in a real quick instant, they're going to realize, oh, war ain't the place to be. And stuff is just going to happen, and it's going to make the main character rethink how he looks at life, and eventually he's just gonna become even more of a savage. Like I'm actually very excited. All the shows, I'm very excited. All the shows have great potential. They're all should check out. Demon Slayer is a must check out. If you like Blue Exorcist and Bloodline, I would definitely check out Fire Force. If you like Fullmetal Alchemist, I would definitely check out Dr. Stone. But don't get it twisted. When I say Fullmetal Alchemist, I'm saying an Edward Elric feel. He gives off an Edward Elric feel. I'm not saying Dr. Stone has any Fullmetal Alchemist tendencies. Don't expect homunculus to pop out and they just start strapping. I'm not sure. I don't know that much about the show. Vinland Saga looks like it's going to be a great action series with a great sword on sword, like old age battle. If you like that type of stuff, go ahead and check it out. Out of all the shows right now, the best is not even Demon Slayer, not even close. Second, I would have to say Vinland Saga in like potential and enjoyability right off the bat. After that, I would say Dr. Stone, just as in like you like the character so much. And then lastly, I would say Fire Force, just because right now it's living off potential. It's like a first round draft pick. Like you can tell this thing has the potential to be a superstar, an all-star, and a knockout out of the park, but at the same time it has the potential just to be a regular show. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the ones I've said, Dr. Stone looks like it's gonna be good no matter what. Vinland Saga looks like it's gonna be good no matter what. But they look like they have a ceiling. Dr. Stone and Vinland Saga both look like they have a ceiling. Whereas Fire Force looks like it has the possibility to be like the next big thing, like up there with Hero Academia. You feel me? Oh, sorry, all the Academia fans. It looks like it could be up there with the big three. I'm not saying it's gonna be as good as Seven Deadly Sins. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be good as Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna say it's, you know what I'm saying? But it looks like it has the potential to be up there with them. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Hey, if you've seen any of these shows, or there's any other shows you think I should check out, because like other than those, I'm not really checking out anything else. That and Ace of Diamond. If there's any of those type of shows, any new shows that came out, like I said, I don't know if you watched our last podcast. I've seen How to Reincarnate with the Slime. So if there's any shows you think I should check out, feel free to comment down below. Comment down below what shows would you check out. Comment down below if you checked out any of these shows and you think they have great big three potential. Anything else? Demon Slayer, Fire. I'm not going to repeat myself. Hey, I appreciate you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Stay tuned. We have way more podcasts, way more videos, way more subjects to get into. Feel free to comment down below and let us know what type of subjects you want to get into. We got underrated videos coming. We got free agency talk coming. We got obviously the breakdowns of new shows. Obviously the breakdowns of the best like strategists. Like we just got so many ideas and so many plans. Like I can't wait to get all the way into it. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Till next time. Peace. Peace.